Boom, and we're live. Good morning, everyone. What's happening, people? Good morning, Europe, and welcome everyone to our live stream. We are proud to announce our new daily broadcast streamed live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch TV, proudly sponsored by our partners at Forex and Markets.com. Join us every day on your favorite media channel. Learn how investments work, win a prize every day, and find out what most Forex brokers don't want you to know. Starting today, guys, we are launching a new talk show called Show Me the Money, where each and every one of you could win great prizes just by attending our live streams and answering a few simple questions about online trading and investments in general. Join us every day from 10 o'clock GMT plus 2 on your favorite media channel. Get the latest news of the market's opening. Learn what most Forex brokers don't want you to know and get rewarded for it. Big giveaways every Tuesday and Wednesday morning, iPads, one-on-one training sessions with a well-known market analyst from London, laptops, and more surprise gifts. All you have to do is watch us live, answer a few easy questions about online trading and investments, and you could win one of these amazing prizes. Have I got your attention yet? Good morning, everyone. You can find all the links and the details in the description down below, guys. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, follow us on your favorite media channel, and support us in delivering more great content. Let's see what's happening with the markets today, guys. What a fantastic day we had yesterday. What a day. Today, European stocks are seen opening lower on COVID-19 vaccine hype. Crude oil pushing up still at 40.36 per barrel. UK unemployment rises to 4.8%. Redundancies hit record high this year. The new US president encourages Chinese listings on the New York Stock Exchange. Apparently, he's looking to make truce with China. Apparently, he's looking to help both countries, both economies, and sweeten up the deal. And Joe Biden and Boris Johnson appeal to calm over the new COVID-19 vaccine announced by Pfizer yesterday. They appeal to calm. Let's see what's happening. Even the vaccine is almost done. Let's see what is happening. This doesn't mean starting tomorrow, all the countries will lift their restrictions and things go back to normal. Let's move on to some interesting articles, guys, and then we're going to move on to the charts. We're going to have some trading signals today. And more than that, once we're done with the European market opening, you have the chance of winning one of the four prizes, one of the four mystery prizes in the box. So stay tuned. Stay tuned with InstructFX and don't miss out. Let's move on to some interesting articles, guys. I'm not going to start with the charts today. I know you all looking for the charts. Give me a couple of minutes. Let's take the pulse of the markets, and then we're going to look at the charts as well. European stock markets are seen opening largely lower today, handing back some of yesterday's gains as investors become more cautious after the yearly euphoria over the initial trial results of the Pfizer-BioNTech COVID vaccine. At 2 a.m. Eastern Time, the DAX futures contract in Germany traded 0.3% higher, while CAC 40 futures in France dropped 0.6%, and the FTSE 100 futures in UK fell 0.7%. Yesterday, guys, the DAX rose nearly 5%, the CAC 40 jumped 7.6%, and the FTSE 100 climbed 4.7% after the drug makers said their vaccine was more than 90% effective at preventing COVID-19. Also, the gains on Wall Street were equally strong initially, with the exception of the Nasdaq Composite, which is filled with stocks that have benefited from stay-at-home trade. However, late selling ate into the gains of new other U.S. indices amid caution over the timescale and the scope of the production of the vaccine. This has translated into losses in Europe this morning. As welcome as the news of the vaccine is, it doesn't change the near-term fact that the global economy faces a challenging winter, said ING analyst in a research note. Renewed lockdowns across the Eurozone are likely to shave roughly 2% of gross domestic product in the fourth quarter, according to our latest forecast, while the risk of further restrictions in the US will put a considerable brake on activity. Again, analysts at ING stated earlier on, many European countries continue to be hit hard by the virus, while in the US, there were just over 59,000 COVID-19 patients in hospitals across the US on yesterday. The country's highest number ever of inpatients being treated for the disease, according to Reuters data. So the situation is not getting better in the States, guys. It's not sweetening up. The situation isn't getting better in Europe either. Let's hope these new measures that both countries imposed, both continents, sorry, will help a bit. And also the vaccine, guys, very, very important to see what's going to happen with the vaccine. When is it going to go public? How is that going to help us? Right, now let's move on to the economic news remaining challenging, with the UK unemployment rate rising and the important German ZEW economic sentiment index expected to show a sharp decline in November. Well, that's expected, guys. Everyone was bracing for that. Oil prices steadied this morning after Monday's sharp gains on the back of the vaccine news. With the number of COVID cases continuing to rise in Europe and parts of the US and some lockdown measures in place, the short-term picture for crude demand remains challenging. US crude futures traded 0.3% lower at $40.19 a barrel after jumping 8.5% the previous session, while the international benchmark Brent contract, flat at 42.40 after climbing 7.5% higher. Gold futures also rose 1.6% to 1884 an ounce after falling more than 5% yesterday as investors rushed into riskier instruments like stocks, while the Euro USD traded 0.1% higher at 118.29. This is what is happening so far. Now, more good news coming from US under the new president, and this is very, very important to note, guys. US to see more Chinese listings as Biden will make art of deal easier, advisors say. This was released 52 minutes ago. Let's see what they say in the article. Chinese companies' stock market listings in the United States reached a 6-year high in 2020, and advisors expect the trend to accelerate in the year ahead in expectation of a stable regulatory regime under U.S. President-elect Joe Biden. 26 IPOs, initial public offerings of Chinese firms worth $10.6 billion have been completed in the U.S. so far in 2020, up from the $3.4 billion worth of deals last year, according to Refinitiv data. The volume this year is already the highest since 2014, when there was $29 billion worth of Chinese IPOs in the United States, led by Alibaba Group Holdings, a $25 billion listing, the data shows. While Biden set to take office on January 20th, is not expected to make major changes in Washington's tough stance on China-led investment bankers and lawyers believe policy and regulatory stability could return following 4 turbulent years of the Trump's administration. I think everyone, guys, markets around the world and everyone is trying to heal, to recover, after the continuous bashing that they've been a part of with under Donald Trump for the last 4 years. Right, analysts have said Biden would take a more measured approach to Chinese tech threats, but was unlikely to unwind President Donald Trump's unilateral curbs on Chinese firms such as Huawei Technologies and ByteDance. Capital markets consultancy Proncia founder Zenon Capron said that while technology would remain a sensitive topic, the appetite of Chinese tech firms, particularly fintech, to float in the United States could increase if relations improved. Right, this is what is expecting so far. Let's have a quick look at one more interesting article, guys. I'm only going to hold you for another 1-2 minutes, and then we move on to the charts. I know you're expecting the charts and the signals of the day, but bear with me as the Show Me the Money talk show starts at 10:30. So bear with me for a few minutes. Let's do the market opening, and then we can move on to the Show Me the Money. Right. Now, Asian share markets mostly rose today as global investors applauded successful trial data for the COVID vaccine, although expected delays to any mass rollout look the gloss of early gains. European futures trading during the Asian session were indicating the weaker open of at least 1.2%, while US futures showed a potential fall of at least 0.5% after Monday's steep market gains. The positive tone in Asian equities came after Pfizer said its COVID-19 vaccine, developed with German partner BioNTech, was more than 90% effective in preventing infection, making the first successful results from a large-scale clinical trial. Major Asian markets soared on the vaccine news before weakening later in the session. Japan's Nikkei 225 ended up nearly 0.3% after being 1.1% higher in early trading, touching a 29-year high. Right, this is what is going on, guys. Now, the moment you've been all waiting for, we're gonna move on to the charts, and we're gonna get some trading signals. Okay, and in the next 15 minutes, guys, you have the opportunity of winning a massive, massive prize, a fantastic prize in the first edition of Show Me the Money. So stay tuned. We're coming back live in 30 seconds with the charts of the day. And we're back with the charts of the day, guys. We're going to start with crude oil futures. We are exactly 16 minutes into the European opening. Let's see what the markets have done on the Asian trading session and how they opened this morning. We're looking at crude oil futures currently trading at $40.44. We see a bit of drop on the US trading session. On the Asian trading session, oil futures traded sideways more or less, and they started pushing in the last couple of hours just ahead of the European opening. We see a positive European opening for crude oil futures. Probably traders will eye for the 41.55 level or somewhere in that region if they decide to go long on oil today. Okay, which makes a lot of sense. Yeah, you usually aim for the previous high with your take profit. Okay, on an uptrend. We're moving on to Euro USD, guys. The Euro fell last night below the 50 moving average. It's still well supported by the 200 moving average. Okay, we might see the Euro coming down today and testing the 200 moving average. Okay, and in that case, most traders will probably set their take profits around the 117.86. Okay, now Euro USD is trading at 118.29. Okay, so there is a bit of potential. You might see it testing the 200 moving average. Okay, this is at least from the technical point of view. Obviously, we need to keep an eye on the economic calendar as well and see what's expected today, as that might shift the direction of the markets slightly. I'm sure you got used to it by now. Right, the pound, guys. We're looking at the cable. The pound is pushing higher, currently trading at 132.02. RSI stochastic, very, very high in the overbought sections. Okay, very, very high, but there's still great potential for the pound. We see it well supported by the 50 moving average. Yeah, it tested the 50 moving average couple of trading sessions ago. Okay, from what we see here, but the overall bias remains upwards for the pound again. Very interesting to see what's going to happen in the economic calendar and what news do we get today. We saw the unemployment rising or coming out as expected at 4.8%. Okay, I was expecting a bit of a shake-off to be honest, but in times like this, guys, the markets might be priced in, yeah, which means they already reacted to the awaited movement. So let's continue. Let's see what's going to happen next. USD JPY, guys. The US dollar had a fantastic rally against the Japanese yen yesterday. Obviously, there's the correction everyone was waiting for. Okay, it's kind of coming down as things stand right now. Okay, again, it's normal after a fantastic rally like that. We see a gold cross being formed by the 50 and the 200 moving average. There is still potential for the upside for the US dollar. But as things stand right now, the USD JPY is trading at 105 on the dot. We might see it pulling back a bit. It's normal. It's expected. Nothing to be worried about. Okay, we see the RSI up in the overbought section is slightly turning around, and we see the stochastic, guys, at the very bottom. There is a bit of discrepancy between these two indicators. And if you want to get a clear indication on what's happening, yeah, you can increase or decrease the time frame until both indicators show roughly the same thing. Yeah, and it makes sense. On a 4-hour chart, we see the USD JPY pair supported by the 200 moving average. It's currently testing the 200 moving average. Okay, there is potential for the downside if the price decides to go below the 200 moving average. Okay, and in that case, probably traders will set their take profits around the 104.45 or somewhere around that region. as take profits for short positions. Now, let's move on to the Aussie dollar. Let's see what is happening with the Aussie dollar. Gold cross being formed there by the 50 and 200 moving average. RSI stochastic turning around, pointing upwards. Okay, they indicate quite a bit of buying power on the Aussie dollar versus the US dollar on a 4-hour chart. Okay, it's currently trading at 0.7287 versus the American dollar. There you go. It's well supported by the 50 moving average. It crawled on top of the 50 moving average in the last few hours. Okay, we might see it testing if the US dollar decides to strengthen today versus the Aussie dollar. We might see it coming downwards, and testing the 0.7195 or somewhere where the 200 moving average is. But as things stand right now, from the technical point of view at least, everything we see here is great potential for the upside. Okay, great potential for the upside. The movement hasn't started yet. If you look at the candlesticks formation, you can see that the markets are waiting for something. They're waiting for a catalyst to give them that boost. That traders wait for. Now, USD Canadian in a downtrend on a 1-hour chart, testing the 50 moving average every time it gets the chance. Now we're looking at RSI stochastic turning around. Okay, probably going to see a bit of weakness on the USD CAD pair. Again, very similar situation to the one we saw a minute ago on the Aussie dollar, where the candlesticks are consolidating sideways. They're expecting for something to happen. As we look at the charts right now, we see a red candlestick opening. Maybe if I decrease the time frame, we get a bit of a clear indication. Right. Yes and no. Yeah, we can see the 200 moving average acting as a ceiling effectively. Yeah, preventing the price from pushing higher from that level. We see a red candlestick pointing downwards. Let me decrease it even more to a 5-minute chart. On a 5-minute chart, again, RSI stochastic are turning around, are pointing downwards. Let's see what's going to happen. Very interesting currency pair to keep an eye on. Very, very interesting. Overall, we can see the downtrend that started a few days ago. What's going to happen from here? God knows. Now, US 500, guys. The S&P 500 closed the day in red yesterday after a massive gap at the opening. Okay, this is where the markets closed on Friday, and this is where the markets opened yesterday. Very, very big jump for the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. Unfortunately, they continued the day downwards, looking to close the gap created at the opening. This is how it usually works, guys. When markets open with such a big gap, the gap will have to be closed eventually. Yes, sometimes it happens very soon. Sometimes it happens later on. But the gaps tend to be closed most of the times. Let's look at the Dow Jones, which again opened with a massive gap towards the upside yesterday and then continued downwards. Okay, apparently it's looking to close the gap. The good news is we see a gold cross being formed by the 200 and the 50 moving average, which usually indicates a bit of buying power. But again, the gap is amazing. It's very rare when you see gaps like this. If you look towards the bottom of the chart, you're going to see other gaps being formed. Okay, at market closing, at market opening, and you're going to see the difference. But the jump we had yesterday was amazing. Let's see what's going to happen. We're moving on to the US dollar index, which is slightly losing momentum, is losing power. It had a great day yesterday. It started melting a bit on the Asian trading session as things stand right now. We see it being rejected by the 200 moving average. Okay, it didn't even get up there to test the 200 moving average, and now it's pointing downwards. RSI, stochastic, both turned around, pointing downwards. That means a bit of selling power on the US dollar index, which is currently trading at 92.63. Yeah, 92.632. We see a tiny jump we saw there. If the US dollar index will continue the downtrend today, guys, probably traders will aim the 92.21 level. Yeah, or 92.211. For short positions. If the dollar goes down today, that means only one thing. Gold is going up. We see gold recovering after a massive hit that it took yesterday. Big hit for gold, guys. Big hit. We saw gold dropping from 1960, $1,960, all the way down to $1,848. Huge drop, massive drop, amazing drop in only one day. I feel for the traders that got caught on the wrong side of the trade yesterday. Probably, if I would have traded gold, I would have been caught on the same side of the trade, because after such a fantastic rally, guys, who would have thought gold can give $50, $60, $70 in only one day? What a fantastic move we had yesterday for gold. Now, it's obvious that gold is trying to correct a bit. It's trying to test one of the moving averages. We see a death cross being formed, which usually implies a bit of selling power. Okay, we might see gold trading even lower, guys. Let's see what's gonna happen with the dollar index, as the dollar index and gold tend to move in opposite directions most of the times. Now, quick look at Brent oil futures this morning, trading at 42.62, guys. Again, Brent oil apparently got rejected by the 50 moving average. It didn't even get the chance to test it. RSI stochastic pointing upwards. Great potential for the upside for Brent oil futures as things stand right now. But remember, guys, financial markets are unpredictable. A lot of changes might happen based on what news comes out. Right, let's have a quick look at Bitcoin, guys. Bitcoin, the absolute champion, the undefeated, undisputed heavyweight champion of this month is the Bitcoin, which managed to jump over $2,000 in only a few days. Currently, Bitcoin is trading at $15,361. It lost a bit of momentum as well. However, if you see the charts, in the last few days, Bitcoin is still creating higher lows. Yeah, I don't know about higher highs. It seems that the 15,812 level is the maximum for Bitcoin as things stand right now. Okay, to the upside. Yeah, we bumped into a ceiling around the 15,812. Okay, and it got rejected by that price twice so far. Currently, it's trading at 15,362. Potential to the upside. We see a green candlestick opening. Bitcoin just tested the 50 moving average. Okay, so far nothing indicates a downtrend. Okay, apart from this stochastic at the bottom of the chart on a 14 period that points downwards, but we might see Bitcoin just coming down and testing the 200 moving averages if that's the case. As things stand right now, I don't know if that's going to happen as Bitcoin created higher lows. Let's see. As things stand right now, I think it's more likely to see a buy than a sell. But again, okay, keep an eye on the 15,812, 815. Yeah, 15,800 is the ceiling. Okay, so if you decide to go long on Bitcoin today, guys, it's your responsibility. But keep an eye on that level, because that level is very, very interesting. Right, Ethereum, guys. Ethereum is doing almost the same as Bitcoin. We see it currently trading at $452.69. Again, it created higher lows recently, but it also created a lower high as well. Okay, currently well supported by the 50 moving average. There is potential for Ethereum as well for the upside. Let's see, guys. Let's see what's going to happen. Now, let's move on. Quick look to the economic calendar, guys. And then we're coming back live with Show Me the Money, the first edition of Show Me the Money. Let's see who joins me today, who wants to win a prize. And I tell you guys, the prizes are amazing. You might win an iPad today, or you might win a one-on-one session with a famous market analyst from London. Okay, and it's definitely worth it if you're just starting your journey in the financial markets, or even better, if you're already on the markets for a while and you're struggling with something. I'm sure you're struggling with something. There's the opportunity for you to clarify anything you're struggling with. You could win a one-on-one session with a famous market analyst in London. Right. Economic calendar, guys. After midnight, we saw a couple of announcements from Japan on the Japanese yen. They both came out red. At 2:01, we saw retail sales monitor, which came out 5.2% on the pound. Okay, 3:30 in the morning, we had the CPI and the PPI from China on the Chinese yuan. All three of them came out red. Negative 0.3% for the CPI. 0.3, 0.5% again, red for the CPI year over year. And the producer price index came out negative 2.1% versus an expectation of negative 2%. Now, average earnings index plus bonuses came out at 9 o'clock on the pound this morning, guys, and came out way better than analysts have predicted. 1.3% on the positive versus only 1% expectation from the analyst for average earnings index plus bonuses. Then we had the claimant count change coming out on a negative 29.8 thousand versus an expectation of a positive 50,000. And employment change again came out negative 164,000 versus an expectation of a negative 148,000. And the unemployment rate, guys, 4.8%, just as expected, increased 3 basis points from the previous month. Yeah, 4.5% previous month, 4.8% this month. Today at lunchtime, all eyes will be on the German ZW current conditions and German ZW economic sentiment, which basically indicates the sentiment in the Eurozone. Okay, very important announcement. We might see some movement in the euro today. Again, at 12 o'clock, we're going to have the ZW sentiment, economic sentiment in the Eurozone as well. Okay, so quite a bit of volatility expected on the euro today, guys. Right, in the afternoon, 1400 hours onwards, we're going to have some announcements on the US dollar. Okay, we're going to have the API crude oil stock, which is very important. As tomorrow, guys, we should have the crude oil inventories. Just before midnight, API weekly crude oil stock, the most important news of the day as things stand right now, okay, on the US dollar in the economic calendar. Now, I'm waiting for more people to join us, guys, so I can start the Show Me the Money. Okay, no problem if no one's going to join us today for the Show Me the Money. It's going to get reported for tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we have another edition. Feel free to join me tomorrow. There's no problem. Okay, I know it's the first edition. We didn't have enough time to market it because I rushed into things, but no problem, guys. The prizes are here. They're waiting for you. Right, quick look at some trading signals, guys. Euro USD. Half an hour, 32 minutes after the European opening. Strong buy on all 4 time frames against the US dollar. The pound, guys, versus the US dollar. Again, strong buy on all 4 time frames. We see the euro and the pound currently strengthening against the US dollar. Good market opening. The Aussie dollar, guys, strong buy on all 4 time frames against the US dollar as well. Euro GBP, strong sell on all 4 time frames. Euro JPY, strong buy on all 4 time frames. Euro CHF, strong buy on all 4 time frames. We're getting a bit of clarity, guys, after we had the last couple of weeks were really, really choppy. Today, guys, we see a bit of clarity. We started seeing the light. Okay, we're looking at GBP JPY, strong buy on all 4 time frames, and GBP CHF, strong buy on all 4 time frames. So as things stand right now, at least from investing.com's point of view, we're looking at the European currencies to strengthen against the US dollar. Yeah, the euro and the pound. Strong buy on all 4 time frames. We're looking at the US dollar, USD JPY, USD CHF to weaken a bit. Yeah, there is potential for a bit of weakening in the US dollar versus JPY and CHF. On the other hand, the European currencies, yeah, euro is supposed to weaken versus the pound. Okay, I don't know exactly what that catalyst is, but this is how analysts see it. Yeah, Euro GBP, they see it as a sell. And then the pound, guys, is supposed to strengthen versus the JPY and the CHF. Yeah, so GBP CHF, GBP JPY looks like a strong buy position on all 4 time frames. Quick look at commodities, guys. Let's have a quick look at commodities and see how the analysts see commodities today. Right, we're looking at gold and silver futures, which have strong buy on a 5-minute and a 15-minute chart. So short term, it looks like a strong buy on gold and silver. Okay, for the next, let's say, couple of hours, somewhere there. Then we have crude oil WTI and Brent oil with strong buy positions all over the board. Strong buy positions on all 4 time frames. Great potential for the upside for oil prices today. We have natural gas with a strong buy as well. on a 5-minute, 15-minute, and 1-hour chart. Okay, and US wheat, guys, which done amazingly last week and a couple of weeks ago, still in a strong buy on a 5-minute and a 15-minute chart. So again, short term, next hour or so, we're looking at strong buy positions on US wheat, natural gas, Brent oil, crude oil. Okay, gold and silver, again, they might be worth looking into it as they might go up. Right, guys, I spoke a lot today. We are supposed to have the first edition of Show Me the Money, where learning is rewarded, proudly sponsored by our partners. Now, unfortunately, I don't see a lot of people joining. You have the links in the description, guys. All you have to do, okay, to take part of the contest is, it's not very difficult. One, all you have to do is have at least a demo account with the brokerage. And two, you need to answer correctly to the 5 trading questions you have in the link in the description. As easy as that. Everything will be centralized automatically, and I will be able to see who the winner is. I'm not only going to choose one winner. I'm going to choose 2 or 3 winners based on how many people we have, how many winners we have. So join us. Get a present. It might help you guys. The presents start from one-on-one trading sessions with an experienced market analyst from London, a famous person, one-on-one mentoring with myself, one-on-one mentoring with a CEO of a famous Forex brokerage, again from London, guys. iPads, laptops, you might even win an iPhone, guys. So don't miss out. Join us for the Show Me the Money contest every Tuesday, every Wednesday at 10:30 GMT +2, and you might win an amazing prize. All you have to do is answer 5 easy questions regarding Forex and online trading. Open a demo account, or if you already have a demo account, just mention the demo account number and you are eligible for choosing one of the gifts. This is it, guys. I'm going to try again tomorrow morning. Maybe we have more people joining us. Meanwhile, join me at 4:30 today, guys. We're going to have the US opening together. Maybe I have a guest, maybe not. Who knows? Join me at 4:30 and let's find out together. Until then, remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be